Was Pat Price, famous remote viewer, murdered by the CIA because of Scientology? Well, that is what Russell Targ, co-founder of what became the CIA's remote viewing program, is now alleging. So let's talk about it. Get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I'll talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Yeah, so Pat Price, one of the most famous remote viewers of all time, had a short career in the remote viewing program before his mysterious death. And many people feel like he was assassinated. We'll never know because his body was almost instantly cremated without an autopsy. You know, a little suspicious, right? So we don't know what went down there, but a lot of people think that he was taken out. Whether that's by the foreign power or the CIA or, whoever. But Russell Targ is now saying that, yeah, it's because of his connections to Scientology and because he was reporting in to Scientology. Let's give a listen.
Right.
Program.
In Scientology, you're supposed to get debriefed from your various remote viewings. So he would go to his monitor and get debriefed. And what he's getting debriefed from is all these top secret things that he was doing for the CIA and for Kit Green. And eventually, the CIA learned about that. We know that they did because the documents were all common knowledge. And we learned about it from a very, very angry Ken Kress, who learned that he was being betrayed. I mean, it's the worst betrayal at the CIA. If you're working with somebody on top secret material and he's handing it off to Scientology, there's no worse thing that he could have possibly done to betray you.
Yeah, so did the CIA take out Pat Price because he betrayed them by, giving Scientology a debriefing on what he was remote viewing? Is that what happened? That is what Russell Targ is alleging. And, that's really interesting. The connections between that group of people and Scientology is really intriguing. I did a piece recently, I think it was Danny Sheehan who came out with that information, that the CIA was actually using one of these guys. I forget who it was. Maybe you guys remember that video. I looked through my channel, but I couldn't find it. There's just too many things on there. But yeah, it was Hal Pudolph or Ingo Swann, or it was one of these guys, one of these Scientology guys that were part of the program, Stargate. The CIA was using them to infiltrate Scientology, to spy on Scientology because they were interested in the tech that the Scientologists had. Now, if that's true, that's crazy, and it makes you wonder what the heck is really going on in Scientology. Are they really tapped into something? Do they have some tech that would be of interest to the CIA? Really, really wild, implications of all of that. Well, Hal Pudolph has walked back his involvement in Scientology.
Speaking of cults, Hal, weren't you in Scientology?
Oh, years back, I checked into it because at that time we were doing, setting up a remote viewing program. We were checking into everything, yeah. Silver mind control, Scientology, whatever. I thought some of the techniques were definitely of value, but I disconnected from them in the mid-70s or whatever.
Yeah, so Hal Pudolph there minimizing his connection to Scientology and saying he was only interested in Scientology because he was interested in their techniques and stuff. So could he also have been interested in their tech? Is there a conflict between the CIA and Scientology? Per Grok, historically, Scientology itself accused the CIA of harassment in the 1970s, as seen in their 1977 lawsuit against multiple agencies, including the CIA, for alleged surveillance and defamation. Yeah, Danny Sheehan, with his anti-establishment bent, might sympathize with such claims. They're talking about Danny Sheehan's information on that. But yeah, the whole Scientology thing in connection to Stargate and the remote viewing team, as well as people that went on to work at Skinwalker Ranch, is super intriguing. And is there indeed tension between the CIA and Scientology? Did the CIA have Pat Price murdered because of his loyalty to Scientology? Was the CIA spying on the Church of Scientology? Yeah. As far as Pat Price, amazing remote viewer, he saw and documented some amazing stuff. Here's Daz Smith talking about some of that right here.
Planet, and he detailed those. He goes very, very in depth into what's happening with the UFO situation as it was in 1972, and he details two warring kind of ET races that are fighting over dominance of the planet. He details where they are, how even if you're psychic and you psychically look at their bases, they can then ping you and track you using, and he actually draws and describes the technology that they use to track you. He even details later in the document how they, in like the Bermuda Triangle area, how they freeze the flight of the craft and the boats, kidnap the people, take them physically away, kill some of them. Some of them they kill on the spot. Some of them they actually transport live by doing medical experiments on their heart and lungs to make them movable in some way. And again, this is 1972. He's detailing all this. What else does he also details, this might be some of the reasons why it's not been released so far. He details every facet of human society, science, financial, military, political, and how they've been infiltrated by certain non-humans to keep us in a perpetual state of conflict with each other, so that we're thinking about fighting each other and we're looking in the direction of what they're doing.
So so Pat Price saw a lot of stuff. He saw alien bases, and just an incredible remote viewer. Of course, that is stuff that can't be corroborated, but he saw a lot of things that can be corroborated. And Russell Targ has talked about that as well, and others. So yeah, what is the deal? Is there some there to the idea that Pat Price was, first of all, assassinated, and second of all, assassinated by the CIA because he was seen as betraying them to the Church of Scientology? Now, just to be fair, he doesn't out and out say the CIA definitely had Pat Price murdered. He says he suspects they may have had Pat Price murdered.
And that's the truth. So my supposition that high on my list of people who might kill Pat Price would be somebody within the CIA who would consider the CIA had a problem. What do you do when Superman who's working for you is really a double agent?
So there you go. So let me know what you think about all of that. And I encourage you to go watch the full interview with Ross Coulthard and Russell Targ. And I'll link to that because there's a lot of juicy stuff in there that expounds on all of these ideas. So let me know what you guys think about this crazy story. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Discord, Rumble, links below. If you want to support Cosmic Road, buy a t-shirt, buy a novel. I'm a novelist. I write science fiction fantasy books. See the link below. You could become a channel member because channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you. Also, channel members frequently get to see videos hours ahead of everybody else. Meanwhile, there's plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.